Welcome to another match preview, and this time it's the FA Cup. And look who we've dug out, dusted off. Wait, actually, Lee, who's hosting? Because this is live on both channels.
It's live on both. Yes, of course I'm hosting.
All right, well,
you're hosting. I'm your guest. So...
Shut up. Yeah, you didn't see that one coming, did you? You didn't see that one coming.
Just as I was about to say. I was just about to say, hello, Wolverine, like that. But I was really going to go, hello, Wolfie, like that, because I never think of Wolfie. I think of Citizen Smith, you know. You can't,
Wait, don't blame me. These keep changing my name, man. I'm usually Jinx Serene is their new favorite one, because every time I guarantee Forest to win, we lose. Or if I pick out an opposition player saying he's shit, he scores. So these, I mean, that's just the names that you can say, you know, on air. How are you, Lee, man? I missed you, bro.
I'm absolutely fine, Wolfie. I'm fine. I'm fine. But it's all lovely on the seaside. We're all happy, full of fun, full of joy by the seaside. It's not quite the case, if I'm being honest, but yeah, it's been a bit grim. Being a Blackpool fan for the last 18 months, really. It's all been a bit of well, since we beat you, to be honest. It kind of went downhill.
Invited you back, right? And we did a Hold the L stream, yeah. And you were there, all smug, saying you're gonna kick on, survive relegation. Hold that L yourself, mate. What happened? What happened after your FA Cup final day that year? Let's get it out of the way. Well done. You beat us 4-1.
Just call me Gypsy Charles. Just call me Gypsy Charles. How the fuck do I know about football? I thought that was it. I thought that was a turning point, and then we went to the next game was Watford, and you know, after we took this amazing win, and finally Blackpool kind of like turned it around, but you know what, Appleton wasn't popular with Blackpool fans. You know, he wasn't popular. For the reason that he'd left us. I think I told you, he'd left us after 10 weeks and seeing the oysters and everything else. I thought, get me out of here quick. So he kind of left us and abandoned us. And then he came back, and the fans were not happy really with him. And he was always under a bit of pressure. But, you know, they beat Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. He managed to get some signings in of, you know, who he wanted. Josh Bowler back, of course, you know, the $20 million man.
You want to go down that road already? You want to say,
you ruined him. You ruined him. So he was
you. We ruined you, mate. That's what we did.
Yeah. I know you did. You actually destroyed us. So then we were playing Watford and we lost.
Forest.
And they sacked him.
About Forest. She loves us, doesn't she?
Oh, she adores you. So we lost against Watford, sacked Appleton, and then we got Mick McCarthy in with his boring football and his bloody, you know, Blackpool were a bunch of like bloody midgets, you know. You know what a Mick McCarthy team is. It's got to be big, 6'5" players. You know what I mean? It's a bit boring, but. Oh God! So he kind of relegated us to Mick McCarthy. So, oh God, it was so bad under him. We just weren't a Mick McCarthy side in any way, shape, or form, and he couldn't really get us winning unless, you know, it's land of the giants. So yeah, we just.
Where are you now, mate? I mean, you're 8th in the league.
We're flying in League One.
I just all we care about as Forest fans, right? I'll be honest with you, right? We don't really care about that. After 2010, you're on my naughty list, yeah. Freaking Campbell ruining the day, right? But all we care is that there's a certain 6 points you get this season. So when you're facing the Sheepshaggers, and how did it go in the first game?
We lost. We bloody lost.
How?
Because they didn't have Wayne Rooney in at the time. Oh, no, he's not. Yeah, he would have beaten him if he'd have been there, because everybody beats him. I mean, Birmingham took. Well, where did he go to first? America, didn't he, or something?
DC United, yeah.
They played well against us. Derby County, yeah. We just.
Wait, were you home or away? Were you home?
We've got home.
I thought you were good at home.
Yeah, we are, except against Derby. They're like our bloody, honestly, like our nemesis, that team. You know, they're just one of them teams that we can never beat. Never beat. You know, we were above the Nobbers. For anybody, you know, Forest fans, the Nobbers are, I can't even say, Preston North End, right? So,
Preston Pigs. Yeah.
So the Nobbers, there's 2 games to go, and Blackpool win at Barnsley, and we go above the Nobbers. With 2 games to go, we've got 2 games to go, and the 2 games we've got to play, Derby County at home and Peterborough away. Both teams relegated. So it's a shoo-in, isn't it? We're going to finish above the Nobbers in our first year back in the Championship. We lost against Derby, and then we got beat 5-0 at Peterborough on the last game of the season.
My local boys absolutely slapped you up.
I know they did. Yeah, so that was a disappointment. And then obviously in the summer, Critch left. You know, and we loved Critch. We loved him. You know, he got us up out of League One into the Championship, and he'd had a good first season, and you know we'd finished, you know, higher than halfway, which was pretty good for our first season. And then Jane and I are on holiday. We're in like near Cleethorpes. Yeah, we're in Cleethorpes because I sort of Cleethorpes.
Wait, stop.
Clee.
Did you just say you went on holiday to Cleethorpes?
Yes. I won't fly.
I know Blackpool's a dump, man, but Cleethorpes in Lincolnshire, Cleethorpes.
She likes Lincoln. She fell in love with Lincoln. She went to Lincoln and she liked Lincoln.
Lincoln. I used to have to work in Lincoln. It's a mountain. It's a mountain.
No, it's a steep hill.
The only good thing about Lincoln, bro, is that it doesn't smell like Grimsby. Grimsby stinks of fish, man. Lincoln looks pretty until you start walking, man.
But who in the world, right, would build a street that goes from the town centre and it just carries on, and then it just goes like straight up like a mountain called Steep Hill
on that road?
You need oxygen by the time you get to the top of Steep Hill. It's so hard, isn't it? I mean, we have to get into training at the gym on a treadmill half an hour a day for about 3 months to get ourselves ready to go up Steep Hill. It's so steep, man. It's really, and there's houses, you know, built on this steep hill, like, you know, they're all, oh my god, the shops and all sorts of things, but it's just going vertically straight up.
Not exaggerating. I don't know, is anyone here from Lincoln or lives up into
steep hill?
True story, Lee, true story. I had to park on that, right? I put the handbrake up, old school, back in the day. I had a handbrake,
yeah,
and I went to get out the car, and it still wanted to roll backwards. I had to leave it in first gear, man. It's
it's ridiculously steep. So we go there, and we're outside this nice bar, and Jane's ordered herself a drink, and I've got this ice cream milkshakey thing that I'm having, and it's everything, the sun's shining, it's a beautiful day, and Jane goes, "Oh, I'm going, breaking news from Blackpool." Well, this doesn't sound good. And it was like Neil Critchley's left to go to Aston Villa with Steven Gerrard. Well, that was just the disaster. That's where it all started, really. And then he left us, but now he's back, and it's a little bit like Appleton, where the fans are divided, very divided over it all. So we've lost our mojo a bit, because Blackpool, if we're not like together, and we're not making loads of noise, we're just little Blackpool. But when we've got our mojo going, we're pretty loud, and everything else, and we kind of cheer them on. But it's not the case at the moment, because a lot of people, we called him the Snake, obviously, when he left. And of course, he's come back, and he was the only option, according to our owner, Simon Sadler, the man for the job. And he does his fist pumps, a bit like probably Steve. He was, of course, yeah. But then he just, but then when we lose, you don't even see him at all. So it's yeah. So it rubs people up the wrong way. So it rubs people up a little further. So you may well see a bit of that. You may well see some of that on Sunday at the City Ground. Blackpool fans will go, yeah. We could do it. You can't
do it. Not at the City.
At Cardiff. We know he is. He's at Cardiff. Yeah,
is Josh Bowler at Blackpool? No, they can't afford him, Cujo. They can't afford him anymore. He's at Cardiff now, isn't he?
We couldn't afford his shoelaces anymore, could we, Blackpool? We couldn't afford to buy his boots, could we?
Hey, just very quickly.
Am I going on Sunday, Simon J? Yes, I am. There's lots of these comments are coming in fast, aren't they? How do you cope?
They are. Yeah, our chat's crazy. Our chat's
crazy. You can't even talk. You can't even talk with it. I mean, do I talk to you? Look at this. I live in Blackpool. I tell you, probably it's 2.5.
I'll bring him up on the screen for you.
What does that mean? Probably a 2.5 holiday place. It's brilliant. There's nowhere better than Blackpool.
I live in Blackpool. I'll tell you probably a 2.5 holiday. It's true, especially when you compare it to Nottingham. But while we're on the subject of Blackpool, right? I gotta ask you about this Blackpool Tower fire, man. It's probably the most interesting thing that's happened in Blackpool in the last 10 years.
British Bulldog there. Just put that up and I'll talk about it in a minute. Yeah. Carry on.
You want me
to talk about this now? Funny story. Funny story.
Go on.
Well, I don't know if I told you last time I was on, but I'm going to bring up some bad memories for you. But, you know, the playoff final against Cardiff. And of course, Blackpool.
More annoying for me, but go on.
Blackpool stayed in Nottingham Forest hotel because you'd booked the hotel and everything in London for the playoff final. Yeah, and Holloway comes down for breakfast on the Saturday morning of the game, and they said to him, "All right, boss." He said, "You sleep well last night?" He said, "Oh yeah." I said, "I did. I was sleeping in Billy Davis's bed." Indeed.
I just, you know what? I'd love us to go one stream without you bringing up 2010. Like, seriously, man. Is that like, have you got that framed somewhere in your room with your 6 million monitors? As Crypto said, you know, you're sponsored by Apple now. So you're the big Don now, aren't you? Of all your bloody Apple. You make me look inferior, man. Chat, who's got the better camera out of me and Lee? Who's got the better camera? Right?
You've got the better. You've actually got the better camera. But you're a numpty. And if you'd have just messaged me, because you know I'm obsessed with cameras and all. If you said, "Lee, what lens should I get for this body?" We won't talk about it. We can if you want to talk about your story.
I told you.
But if you'd have just said to me, "What lens do I need?" Right. The whole point of buying a camera without the kit lens, right? Because the kit lens is what comes with it, yeah. So it's always like it's not a bad kit lens on that camera. It's not bad. You just haven't got it set up right. But the point of not buying a kit lens is to buy a good lens for it, and you only need one lens because you don't go anywhere with it. You're not doing weddings or anything else, are you? It's just sat there on your tripod, isn't it? That's where it's sat. So what you needed, I've told you what you should have got was the Sigma 16mm 1.4, and that would have blown me out of the water because it's just a fantastic lens, and it's not dear, and it wouldn't have cost you much more than the kit lens that you bought. I think it's 300 quid, is it?
No, you're not doing the story, because the problem is, chat, right? Honestly, like, you know, when you're talking with mates and you're just having a chat. I haven't even had this chat with mates, but I'm giving you an example, and they'll be like, what's your dream thing you could buy? And someone would be like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a night out with.
How does a camera have a picture like this?
What does he say to me? What does he say to me when I told him what camera I had and everything? "Oh my God, you could buy my dream lens." That was a line I never thought I'd hear from anyone in my life. Yeah. Your lenses are removable.
Yeah. You didn't even know it needed a lens.
Yeah, all right.
Wolfie bought a camera. A camera and body only. I wonder why he couldn't get a picture out of it.
Oh, I would have told that story too.
Jesus Christ!
All right, no, seriously, right? Because it was embarrassing. Now you've
why is it all blurry?
No, because that was the thing.
It's just got the sensor.
I thought the camera looked a little stupid, right? Because it had this big hole in
the middle of it, where you put the lens in.
Yeah. I'm there setting it up with my mate Nick, right? And he's not in the room with me, and it's like, I'm like, "Nick, man, I'm so blurry." was like, is there like a focus
button? How do I get myself in focus?
He Googles it. He's like,
yeah, he just bought a body only and thought it'd work without a lens. But anyway, you bought the kit lens. Why would you buy that? If you've not bought, yeah, but the whole point of buying a camera without the kit lens is because that's like the worst kind of lens. You know what I mean? You know, it's a lens that comes with. In fact, with the ZV-E10, it is a decent, and you could have a better picture out of that. And I'll have to show you all the settings that you need to set it up to make it look even better.
All right, Guru.
But if you got that Sigma 16mm 1.4, that'll give you all that blurry background that you want and everything else. So, but we're nerding. Lee's trolling. I'm trolling.
Donate 300 each to me and Lee, and we'll buy his dream Sigma whatever
16mm 1.4. Right, back to the football.
It's been a pleasure. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Let's talk about
Sigma versus Canon.
Let's talk about the football. But before we do, quick shout out. All you Forest fans in here, right? If you're not subscribed to Lee's channel, go subscribe right now. It's pinned in the link.
You want to know all about cameras?
All right, don't subscribe to his channel.
You know nothing about football.
Anyone who's going, from FFTV, anyone who's going on Sunday, avoid Lee, right? Because you'll be stuck there for a couple of hours after while he's taking you through his lens kit bag and showing you all the content.
No, we're all about the football, really. But you know, as YouTubers, we do become a bit obsessed with the cameras and the microphones and all the stuff that actually makes all this good for you guys to watch. It's so you can hear us and you can see us and all the rest of it. So it's kind of important, in that respect. So YouTubers do become a little bit obsessed with the kit that makes it, the lights and all that you're not interested in, as you're interested in the football, but you also want to watch something that's watchable. So
lenses with Lee, that's what you should call your channel, man.
Look at this, Chris Brashes. He's already there now. Memberships £1.99 to get Wolfie a new. Well, he doesn't need a new camera. He's got a good camera. He just needs this lens because he's not happy with it.
I gotta say, the final thing on the camera crap, right?
Yeah,
Milo, I am disappointed in you, right? I bought this camera 4 months ago. I haven't had one comment, in 4 months.
Nobody's even noticed that
no
it looks better.
No one said anything. Anyway, yeah, we got to talk about football, right? Because that's
what it's all about. It's the match preview.
Well, let's talk about this to start with, right? Because Sai's having a little pop. At least I think he is. I'm going to modify Sai's question. He says, how many fans are you bringing, Lee? My question is, why do you even sell your cup final day out? Because
when I went down to the ground, I got my ticket. I got it yesterday. We'd sold 1,000, just over 1,000. So there's still a few days to go, but we're over 1,000 already. So I'm using a red. I wish I was. I wish I had 100 grand around me for a red. It'd be a bit overkill for the £5 I make on YouTube videos.
No more lens talk. No more lens. Honestly, they're like, you give them a little whiff of something. You show them a little cleavage, Lee, my lot, and they will ride it and ride it and ride it. They won't stop talking about lens. So let's talk about football, right? Name us.
Really
we are arrogant now, Lee. We're arrogant, right? Yeah, like we see you are now beneath us. Yeah,
she's not going. My good lady, Pat? Sorry, she's not going. She's off going to away games. She doesn't want to go to them anymore.
She hates Forest. She hates Forest.
It's just crypto ride 1,000. That's how many seats I have to buy to fit my files.
Yeah, he's one of our boys, mate. You guys are lucky a lot in the lower Brighton Clough stand. Those seats are tight. Anyway, right, Lee.
Marco wants a facelift for you rather than a camera upgrade. Yeah, but
he's fascinated by the chat. He's fascinated by all the comments flowing in. All right, I'm over here, Lee. Wait, look up, look towards me.
Right. Oh yeah, sorry, I keep looking at this. Sorry,
just ignore it. Honestly, they just
talk to you guys. I'll just ignore it. But if there's any really good things, see, look at that. You got your 199 there. Oh, look,
that's my boy Jordan. That's my boy Jordan right there. Jordan, thank you so much for the 199.
Get your 199.
Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing very well, Jordan. I hope you're well, bro. Thank you so much for the 199. That's about the amount Lee has made in the last year on YouTube. So thank you so much, Jordan, for letting me rub that in his face.
It is. It's not far. He's not far wrong. I'm in League One. No, nobody cares. Right. Anyway.
All right. Take two. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah. Let's talk serious now. Serious.
UTMP up the mighty pool. I'm assuming. Blackpool Seaside. Thank you so much for subscribing. All right. I'm going to try and ask you a question, and I want it to come across arrogant, and I want it to come across as I'm looking down. Because I'm not really, but it'll be quite funny. Maybe we'll annoy some of the Blackpool fans here, right?
Yeah.
Now we're in the Premier League. And not only are you beneath us, but you're beneath us in Division 1. Right?
Yeah.
Who should we be worried about in your Blackpool team? The silence says everything. Silence says everything. It's the first time I've ever seen
one name. There's one name. There's one name that you know you're fearing. I don't even need to. I don't even say it to you because I know you're all gonna go, oh my God, no. You are Jordan Rose. He always scores against you. So that's who you should be fearing. Jordan Rose. But he probably won't be playing. He's probably gone back to Huddersfield, to be honest.
Yeah, but he's old now. How old is he now, Lee?
He's not old. He's 33.
33, that's older than me.
That's not that old, is he? In football terms, he's got a few more years left in him. He's got a few more years.
I do hate him.
I know you do. I know you do. So,
do you know what? Do you know why
I don't know if he's going to be playing?
I wanted Forest to buy him many moons ago. And then, what does he do? He goes Sheffield Wednesday, doesn't he? And then
I don't think he is cup tied. I don't think he is cup tied, is he? He's not played in the FA Cup. Can't be cup tied.
Is that the best you've got? Is that the best you got?
That's all we've got.
All right.
We played the last time we played, right? The last game we played against Forest Green Rovers, the mighty Forest Green Rovers. We had O'Donnell in nets, who's the reserve keeper. We had Connolly, who, Jordan Gabriel, but he's been injured and he's only just coming back, really. You know, Jordan Gabriel is Forest, so he might play. He's had a bit of this bug that's been going around. Owen Dale, you never heard of him. Albie Morgan, you won't have heard of him. Kyle Joseph, you won't have heard of him. Mike Virtue, you never heard of him. Beasley, who was the striker in that game, he's had a bad injury. They thought he broke his leg, but it's not quite as bad. But anyway, it's pretty bad, so he won't be playing. Ollie Casey, we got it from Leeds United. Marvin Epitescu, we all thought had fallen down a well somewhere over because we've not seen him for ages. And Dom Thompson. So it's
wait. Lee, they're all saying he's cup tied. They're all saying he's cup tied. So screw you.
How can he be cup tied in the FA Cup? It's not possible.
What do you mean? How can he be cup tied in the
how can he be cup tied in the FA Cup when Huddersfield haven't played yet? In the FA?
He makes the point. All you lot, yeah. Hey, Rob, how you saying he's cup tied?
He wants to play for Huddersfield in the FA Cup because Huddersfield
might be in his loan contract not to play in the cup. We can get little clauses like that, Lee boy. Get little clauses by now. All right, before we start nattering,
only if he's got a clause, but he's on a season-long loan, so I don't think they'd put a clause in his thing that he couldn't play in the FA Cup because we signed him on a season-long loan.
All right, Rob, explain yourself, Rob. Explain yourself. We know Rob.
He certainly hasn't played in the FA Cup for anybody yet because I don't even think he's played in the FA Cup for us, to be honest, so far. So and Huddersfield, they're in the Championship. They only come in at this round, so he wants to play for Huddersfield in the FA Cup. So he can't be cup tied. Can't be cup tied, but he has played in the EFL Cup. Well, he was on the bench, I think, but it's not that competition, isn't it? It's the FA Cup. So I'm going to call you up on that. I don't think that's quite right.
Before we start, naturally, I've got a few super chats to get through, bro. Visual Joker, thank you so much for the 199 for the charities of getting Wolfie and you Les. Thank you so much.
And what I've done, Wolfie. See what I've done for you, Wolfie.
I want to see some super chats from the mighty Blackpool fans over on Lee's channel.
£300. He can have his dream lens. 300 quid. It's nothing. You can super chat that tonight. Exactly. In this stream, let's get 300 quid.
We're not done. My man Anthony with the $5 Morning, Wolfie. How are you, bro? Thank you so much for the $5.
It's coming. It's all coming. You'll have me on again.
Does Blackpool, mate, have any international fans? Nah.
Of course we have. We have.
No, you haven't.
Listen, you can watch my match day vlog of the last two, well, the last 2 or 3 at home, and there's been an Australian on every one of them coming over. All happy to see Lee Charles TV because they all binge watch in Australia. We had a guy from Melbourne on this week, so yeah, we've got Aussies. You're not the only fan channel that has Aussies. Lee Charles TV, I tell you, we're on another level.
We got
better cameras, better presenter, better everything, really.
Crypto with a £2 towards a Hasselblad or a red camera. I don't know. All right, crypto. And
a red camera is like a film, like a film camera that you'd use if you were like making a film for Netflix or something, or making a proper feature film. A red camera is a proper.
You got one in the cupboard, haven't you? And Ben with the 1 month, no money, but I give spirit to the cause. Thank you so much, Ben. I love you, bro. Okay, let's get back. Let's try talking football again. God knows where this stream's going to end up. Before we do, make sure you've liked both streams, whichever one you're watching on. Make sure you're subscribed to both channels. Okay. So all right, I'm gonna because I cussed your team down saying you're beneath us. I'm gonna give you the chance to talk about the 4-1. Okay, last season. We're not gonna talk about 2010. That's off limits. Yeah. We don't talk about that today. But the 4-1 last season, we were shit, man. It was embarrassing.
It really, looking back on it, you were just high, wide, and handsome, weren't you? Everything you hit was off target and everything else. And we just had about 4 shots and they all went in. So that's about it, really. In a nutshell, I think it was just a bit raggy. But it was great because I could give you shit. And that was, even on the video, I was saying, they go 4 goals, Wolfie. I was like,
yeah, I remember.
After you told us we had no chance, so it was great. It was great to put one over you. And I know I'm getting loads of comments through from Forest fans that this is revenge time. It's all revenge. This is the big game. Forget United, forget Newcastle. This is your Dunkirk, isn't it? This is it. You need to win this one. You need to put
them on the beach.
Little Blackpool to bed. So we're expecting it to be we're expecting you to put a lot of kids out, really. You couldn't care less about the FA Cup, really. That's what we're banking on. We're banking on you lot not being interested. Premier League's more important. Put the kids out. That's what we need. So if we get that, we've got a chance. If you come out with your main team, we haven't got a bloody prayer, have we? Who's that bloody French guy you were telling me about that you bloody signed that you needed a French interpreter for or whatever?
Oh yeah, Sangare. Yeah, signed.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, no flipping chance.
Mate, he's over in Africa, man. He's in the AFCON. Don't worry. We got.
Oh, that's all right then.
We're missing loads of our African.
I hope you're all out there. Are they all out there?
Well, there was meant to be 8. I think 6 have gone out, but we still got 49 more players to pick from. It's no problem. We got Marinakis, man. We just got us covered. But look, I'm joking aside.
Right? Go on, it's like lambs to the slaughter, really. I don't even know why I'm coming, honestly. Why am I going?
But you did this last year.
I'm getting the bloody coach. I don't know what time I was setting off, about bloody 8 o'clock in the morning, some ridiculous time. Traveling on the coach on my own.
No Jane.
So, no Jane, no.
Just you.
No.
But no, listen, Lee. All right. Listen. I don't usually care about the cups. Yeah. But this season, I care. Okay. Forest need a cup run because we got too many players. I want to see some players having a run out. I want to see Omar Bamadeli starting. I want to see maybe Brandon Aguilera starting. Who? Mate, you couldn't afford him. You couldn't afford him if you tried. Anyway, listen.
What's he done?
Listen, right? What I'm saying here is I was lying in bed yesterday, as you do. Yeah. And I found myself daydreaming or night dreaming. Right? I think it was actual real dream. And I dreamt that Forest won 4-0. And then I dreamt. The dream continued. Then we won in the next round. We got another crappy team. And then we ended up going to the final, which we lost, but it didn't matter because we qualified for Europe. So I woke up thinking, you know what? We can get into Europe.
Yeah. You had an epiphany. You had an epiphany.
It was.
Yeah.
Right, you are our first people that we need to pop on the way to Europe. So, chat, do you care? Do you care about the FA Cup this year? Because I kind of do. I do kind of do. Shaki, love you. Thank you so much for the £2. There's his donation. Up the Reds. We are £284 away from Lee's dream.
No. I had the same dream, and we did the same thing, and we're in Europe, so we need it as well, because we in my dream though we win the FA Cup final. We're not losers on the South Coast here. In my dream, we win the FA Cup final, and we're in Europe.
Even in my dreams, I can't dream of winning. We still lost.
We won him. We won him, man. I tell you, Matthews off the bench, Morty off the bench. Oh, wow. We were a team then, I tell you. We were a team then. 1953. You know, we've done absolutely since 1953. When we won the 1953 Cup final, we actually were in 3 Cup finals in about 5 years, 3 FA Cup finals. And then since 1953, we have done absolutely nothing in the FA Cup. We've only ever got, I think the 5th round is the furthest we've got in all these years. It's just a disaster. The FA Cup's been like rubbish. That was our, that was our nadir, or whatever you would say. That was a pinnacle.
What have you done since then? I mean, you've singled out the FA Cup as if you've won league titles left, right, and centre outside of that. You've done nothing since that, full stop.
We did nothing for 30. We got relegated in 1976 out of league, the second division, the championship. It took us 30 years to get 30 years, man. We've been down. We even were out of the whole. We had to apply for re-election in 1970 something. I can't remember the year. We had to actually apply for re-election into the league. So that's how bad it's been. But it took us till 2006 to get back up into the championship. And then we got into the Premier League in 4 years. We had, Valerie Bellicon came in, and he,
you were good and crap in the Premier League, from what I remember of it. The game that sticks out. The game that sticks out to me in the Premier League. It was against Man U when you went. I think you went 2-0 up, and you looked like you were going to win. And then I've never seen a team just gas out like you did.
No, that's not how it went. If you watch that game, we had an absolute nailed on penalty. They took,
that goes without saying, Varchester United, mate. What do you expect?
They took Luke Varney out. It was 100% a penalty. The guy that took him out would have been on a red card because it was his second yellow. United had been down to 10 men, and we wouldn't have lost. Even if they'd have got 3, even if they'd have scored 3 goals with 10 men, we'd have still stayed up in the Premier League. That one point that we didn't get, but we would have got 3. And the thing that happened with that game is Wayne Rooney was playing terrible. I mean, really, really terrible. And they took him off, and they brought that Chikorita on, and they brought Ryan Giggs on, and they just tore us apart. They just tore us apart, and they scored 3 goals.
I've never seen a team like that before. You
Man United, wasn't it? I mean, they just came back at us, didn't they? They got 1 goal, and if you get 1 goal, and but they should have been down to 10 men. We should have been 3 up. We should have been 3 up.
Oh yeah, you beat Liverpool twice.
Of course we did.
Do you get a trophy for that?
Yeah, we've got the beating Liverpool twice trophy. It's in the. It's there. It's in the.
Hey, we got
not many people do the double over Liverpool. Let me tell you. We're in an elite club, I think, of 1. I don't think anybody's. I think we're the only club to ever do the double over. There's not many anyway. We're in a very elite club of doing the double over Liverpool. So.
All right. Anyway, let's get back to the FA Cup. Right. Let's get back to the FA Cup. So Sunday, under the lights, maybe under the water at the City Ground. I don't know if you've seen the Trent's absolutely burst its banks. So you might want to check before you travel, because you said you're coming on coach. You may need to come on boat.
Is it that bad? I tell you, the water. I know the water's bad everywhere, isn't it? It's really bad. Yeah. We've had a lot of flooding here.
Landlocked. We have no water. We just have land. But even I've got a lake outside my house now. Literally, I've got ducks swimming in that lake that from the rain. It's weird. Anyway. So Sunday, yeah. Are you expecting anything? Like realistically, can you do what you did last season? Because we won't be that crap, Lee. I promise you. We can't be that crap. I think Nico Williams played his worst ever game, and he's played some bad games against you guys. He gave you some gifts, didn't he, at right back position last season?
But we played well in that game, to be honest. We played, well, and we weren't playing well. So it wasn't a total anomaly of the season. But as a football fan, you have to dream. You know what I mean? You can't. You have to dream. That's what it's all about, isn't it? You know, you're always dreaming of that miracle that's going to happen. There's not for 1 minute that I think we are going to win, but I have to dream that we are. I have to believe that I'm going there and I'm going to see fish, Critchley fish pumping, and yeah. And we go on, and you've got to believe that, or else there's no point, is it? It's pointless. It's a pointless thing. Wait. And that was the problem when we had the Oystons. That was the problem. We got the dream. Blackpool won £96 million. Which was probably something like 40 years worth of revenue in the biggest windfall this club's ever had. And they never spent a penny of it. All the money straight away. He paid himself £11 million, Owen Oyston, in bonuses, the biggest bonus of any chairman ever. They sent money out to all these different, companies and stuff, and the money just vanished. And that was the problem there, because as a fan, you knew that whatever happened, whether we drew Manchester United in the FA Cup or we got back in the Premier League, we were never ever going to see the money invested in the in any of it. And there was no dream. And people used to say, they were thieves. And for me, they were thieves of your dreams, because you couldn't. There was no point to it anymore. Do you get what I mean? There's no point in thinking, if we draw United and we play at Old Trafford and we get £2 million, they'll buy a new striker, or they'll do that. No, it would have just gone into some other shell company, and you'd have never seen it. And as a football fan, there was no hope left.
Can you tell the guys about the boycott? Because British Bulldog is asking, and just before you start blabbing on about it, right? Should we both give Ian a wave? How you doing, Ian? Good man. He's one of your lot.
Ian. Super chat me.
Yeah. If you want Lee to wave again, you need to super chat him. But just on that point of the boycott, can you tell the Forest lot, who may not know about it, kind of what happened? You lot did. Yeah.
Well, it was a culmination of things. First of all, Blackpool got into the Premier League, and of course the money at that time was 96 million altogether, with your winnings and your parachute payments. And then obviously players we sold. It actually worked out as probably about 110, I think, we made altogether, with player sales and all the rest of it. And that should have been coming to the club, to the fans, to everybody, all together. We got Blackpool into the Premier League. And so straight away, Owen Oyston, who owned the club, took £11 million payout for himself, saying that it was money that was owed to him for all the years he'd been pumping money in. So, but he took it straight out, and then all the rest of the money just kept going, into being loaned out to companies. And they said it could be loaned back if ever they needed it, which was a lot of bullshit. So that was the first thing that annoyed us. And then what happened was that fans started on the fans' websites on the internet. They started saying that they were thieves. Yep. There was actually a match on Sky, and there was a fan. We have a local newspaper called the Evening Gazette, and the headline at that time on the local newspaper was Oyston, Oyston, quote, "We are not thieves." That was the headline in the Gazette, right? We are not thieves. Some fan had on his version on his copy of the local paper had blacked out the "not." So his paper said, "We are thieves." Yeah. So he's at the ground and he holds the newspaper up in the stands to Oyston, just holds it up as he's going out after a defeat on Sky. Yeah. Oyston, we are thieves. Sky cameras picked that up, and it was like a headline. The Oystons took him to court for 25,000 quid for that. And there was other things. And so then they were looking back through all the posts on like these fans forums, and they started suing fans over things that had been said. We have a fan called Tim Fielding, who's a solicitor, and as well, and he said something about like lawfully kind of said it, and he had to settle 25,000 with them for something he said. All this was defamation, as you know, which is a kind of a rich man's thing. But they went to court, which is what ended the boycott, because the minority shareholder Valerie Bellicon, who come in and kind of put the money, bought Charlie Adam, built the South Stand. As soon as we got in the Premier League, they kind of froze him out. They completely froze him out, so he didn't get any of the money, although he like paid for all these players. And no, he just got frozen out, and he took them to court, and they awarded him £36 million. The judge judged that they'd misappropriated the funds, so they were found guilty of being thieves, basically, really. So really all the people could go back and sue them, but fans raised money to pay all these debts off, that the people had to pay. The fans all mucked in together, and we raised the money to get these fines paid. But it was two things, really. It was, the boycott was mainly about the fact that we'd gone down, and we got relegated, and also that they were suing our family of friends, and that's why we boycotted. We said,
so how long did you boycott for?
We boycotted.
I mean, answer, but just to answer, because Sai said you told us this before last year. Sai, we have new followers and subscribers from them, so it's a nice story.
5 years, and the sad thing is, for anybody out there who's a dad. My youngest at the time was 8, and I was taking him to the matches, and we have a mascot, a Bloomfield Bear. I probably told you the story before, but he was always asking me at that time at 8 years old, how does he tie his shoelaces, and where does he live, and what does he eat, all that sort of stuff from an 8-year-old. And then obviously the very next game I took him to was when he was like 13. And he was playing. He'd been at Burnley Academy, at Liverpool Academy, and football was his life. And he was sat there, telling me, he should be out there, telling you all the. And I'm thinking, bloody hell, he's not talking about Bloomfield Bear anymore. And it's all those years that you miss with your kids, So you can't get those years back. And now he's 19, and he doesn't even want to sit with dad. They go with the mates in the north. And,
you're not cool enough anymore.
Oh, I'm not. Well, I'm actually
being a world famous
because I'm a YouTuber. I don't really want. It's like the worst thing in the world. I'm actually on YouTube as his dad. So yeah. 5 years, and it's weird. It's just it's just like it's such a long time, and it was great. We came back, and that's when I started the channel, because we went to a meeting at a local hotel in Blackpool, the De Vere, talking about them going back. And of course, the stadium has got like 16,000 seats, and there was only about 1,000 going during the boycott. So there's 15,000 seats, hadn't been sat in for 5 years, and they were covered in pigeon poo. I'm telling you, it was like everywhere. So they had 16,000 people coming back in 10 days, and they all had to have a seat, and you couldn't sit them on this pigeon pooed seat. It was ridiculous, all down the steps and everywhere. It was so. We had a lot of volunteer fans. They asked for volunteers to clean the stadium, and I thought to myself, I'll tell you what, I thought I can go and make a video about that. I'll go make a video. I'll go down. I'll pick a bucket and sponge up. I'll clean some seats, on the video. I'll
make some bling,
Well, no, I'm just thinking, this could be a thing I could do. And then I interviewed all the, the people volunteering. I got them all singing a song in the end. And when I put it up on YouTube, I got a phone. Well, I got an email from The One Show and an email from Quest HD with their football show. Can we use your footage with the pigeon poo on? So yeah, I was like, yeah, of course you can. They interviewed me on the comedy carpet as well, because we had this big march back to the ground. So I'm on the comedy carpet with The One Show, right? And they do this like 10-minute interview with me, right? I'm talking about my dad and all this sort of stuff, and they've also using my footage on, so we're all around at the house, and the kids are there, and they're all waiting for dad's big moment on TV. Yeah. And do you remember Monsters Inc?
Yeah.
And little green Mikey, he kind of comes on for 1 second, and they put that big stamp over him, don't they? And you kind of, the screen, it pans to Mikey and his blinky eye, and you can see, you're thinking a tear's going to fall, and he goes, I'm on TV, and he's so excited because he's on for like 1 second, isn't he? Well, when they're all watching the TV, oh, right, the bit from my video, so they show like the pigeon poo and they show me talking about, how clean the seats are. Then there's Dad's big moment where I'm cleaning the seats. Yeah, I'm there, cleaning the seats. I'm thinking this is Dad's big moment, but they chopped my head off. So there's just like from my like torso there, just clean.
Hey, they got the 6-pack in. That's the main thing.
But everybody went, I'm on TV. They like shot my head off. And when it came to the bit, I think it was on the the main Sky Sports thing, my interview with the One Show. Yeah, I was on the One Show, of course, the next night. So I'm on the One Show, aren't I? And the only bit they put in the whole show was me going, "You won't believe the hell we've been through," and that was it. All this conversation I had about life and Dad and what it was like to be a Blackpool fan. He went, honestly, I'm rabbiting on. You know what I'm like? Forever and ever and ever. And all you see is me going, "You won't believe the hell we've been." That was it. That's my 10 seconds of 2 seconds of fame. One with my head chopped off. So yeah, but
I mean, you can't believe it. You can't believe it. I mean, you got the face for radio. Yeah, you got the mic for radio as well.
It makes sense.
It makes sense that they'd put the 6-pack on and the pecs and what have you.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, Lee? What you're saying is that your bird shit got more airtime.
I said exactly. I said the same thing last year. That's that's what happens when you've been through hell. You can't remember. I can't remember what I said on here last year. I probably did. But anyway,
you know what? I'm glad that David remembers. I'm glad that David.
Yeah. I mean, he must have left. He must have left a blooming thing.
Why have the rest of you not remembered? All right, let's ask you the really important question. This is what everyone wants to know. It's from Dan. Are you going to Hooters?
Well, if I wasn't going on the coach, I would. I mean, I would like to go to Hooters, but
I'll bet you would.
But on the coach, it's like straight in it, and you get there off. They all go for a drink before the game. On a coach, if you ever been on a coach trip, you have to. The coach can't stop at a pub anywhere in Nottingham. They've got to stop at a pub like 10 miles within a 10-mile radius. So we go to a little village somewhere. And honestly, they get on the coach, and we normally get to these like little villages about lunchtime, and they're all, they're racing off. They're getting the coats on to get to the pub as quick as they can. I don't drink; it's not something that I do. So I've just never been alcohol doesn't agree with me. So then they stay at the pub then till normally it's about 2:10, and then they set off to the ground. You get there about past, and you just basically have a bit of time to have a quick. Whereas last time I came in the car, and we were there about lunchtime, and I was getting interviews and stuff, so I won't have.
Just to interrupt you on that,
but if any Forest fans see me, I'll interview you.
He's got a cracking video of. Are you still doing the tour guide stuff? Because you got a good one in Nottingham, haven't you?
Yeah, we have actually. Yeah. Well, I got sentenced to being hung, didn't I, in Nottingham. We went to the Justice Museum. I don't know if anybody's ever been to the Justice Museum, but it's great. We had a great time in Nottingham. It was brilliant. It was really good. I just couldn't put the glory holes on the on the video. We went there as well. That's a great.
Now you got them starting no bus pass, no titties, man. That was good.
But yeah, if I'd have gone to Hooters, I could have put it on. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it was great. We went to the castle. We did it's all on there. It's a football tour. I've actually set up a new channel just for the football tourist guy because I feel the lost within Lee Charles TV with all the match day vlogs and stuff. So I've put them on their own channel now.
He's just making more money that way.
Yeah. It's got about 200 subscribers. So we need more. I've got to do some more. I've got quite a few in the pipeline, but they've become a bit like a writer's block on them where I just can't face them because they make me about £2 or something after I work about 2 weeks on them. So yeah. It's been.
You've literally thrown me that fucking. I don't know where to go from there. Literally.
Stop the show.
If you want to hear more about Lee and his holes, make sure you subscribe.
It's good. It's like a mini golf. It's like a mini golf thing, isn't it? It's like a mini golf thing.
Yeah, it is.
Have you done it? Have you been there to that one? It's there's a
I'm
lot of gory.
got anything to do with holes right now. No, really, I'm not. Anyway,
we went to that. Yeah, look, he's got you a $5.
Look at the legend. That's Chris, who's gone onto your channel. Yeah, shout out to Chris. He's paid for your bus fare down on Sunday. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, thank you.
I'll let you read the super chat out. This is your super chat.
Okay, Lee, love your channel. Been subscribed for years. On Sunday, I get to take my 6-year-old for his first game. Not bothered about results. All the best. But what was it?
I hate DJ Campbell.
Oh, DJ Campbell, yeah. Oh God, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, he's a hat trick. But yeah, you have to try and find us. We'll be there about 1:30, so you can be on the video if you want to be.
Yeah, Chris, go find Lee. I mean, just look for the person surrounded by all the groupies, or maybe all the Hooter girls. Yeah, you'll just follow that path, and you'll be able to find Lee. No problem. No problem. Yeah. Especially with James not there to keep him in check.
Oh yeah, God, what happens in Nottingham Stage? What happens in Nottingham Stage in Nottingham? Well, no, it'll be on YouTube, won't it? So I've got no chance. Someone's asking about what a DG. What was that? Would I consider something taxi rather than a coach? It says or something. I don't know
Lee,
what that
would you ever
means.
Consider a DG taxi over a coach?
DG. What's a DG? Direct.
Man, like cryptos. And it is true. Speaking of DJs, DJ was a prick. He wasn't even a real DJ. Yeah, he
wasn't. No,
and there was only one DJ in Nottingham anyway, and that was David Johnson. That was it. Okay. Anyway, let's re-get. I mean, we never do on the channel, but we are what we are.
Yes, we have got the oven fixed to Ian Brown. Yes, we got it fixed. We got a new one. And Jane set it afire she made something on papillot. Do you know what that is on papillot? I didn't know what it was, but I found it's where you cook it in like a paper thing, like salmon on papillot. It's like it's like some paper stuff. You put the salmon in, you put it in the oven. It's set afire. So all the front of the oven is actually got a burn mark on it because she opened it and rather than shut it, she was like, ah! And all this smoke coming out. Our new oven that we got because we had a problem with the oven in lockdown. So. It's amazing how people remember these things. It was a great time when we used to do all the watch-alongs. You know, we had like a family.
DG's the taxi firm, by the way, in Nottingham.
Oh, right.
When I was in Nottingham, I can't really tell this story on air because I used to go around on the buses. And I don't know if you lot remember the good old days in Nottingham. The buses used to have you'd have the driver, but they'd have this slot machine in front of it. Yeah, where you put your coins in, and then it's see-through on the other side where he can see the coins, and then he kind of goes ching, and then drops the coins, and you get your ticket. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Am I actually going to tell this story? I don't know.
Do it.
So it was on Alfreton Road, right, which is a road in Nottingham, right, and we used to get a bus to town from there.
Yeah,
and didn't have enough for the full bus fare. I can't remember what it was
because you were a student at the time.
Yeah, it was like probably £1 or something. Right?
Poor student.
Yeah, and my other mates didn't have enough for theirs either. So what we all did, we're like, okay, well, let's just put the money in and just walk off confidently. Yeah. So I think I was like 5p short, right? And I put loads of fives in, and then I just walked forward. He went cha-ching. He didn't bother counting. He took the ticket, and then we all did that. And then we're like, it became a competition. It's like who can get onto the bus for the cheapest
with the least amount of coins,
with the least amount of coins and the least amount. I don't know if the chat remembers it. Honestly, it was like the weirdest machine. You put it in there, see through at the back and what have you. I swear to God, I got in there for 7p once, right? Because the trick was you would go first, yeah. You just go bang, bang, bang with the coins.
What's the ruse?
Gangster, right? Now I'm gonna get tons of fines coming my way from the bus company. So, but you'd go first. You go right, and then you'd grab the thing and just leg it upstairs. Yeah. Then your second mate would do it, and then there's always the last one who would get stuck. So I remember one time a mate who got stuck at the back. He put in, and the bus driver was like, "Oh, mate, you lot have paid way too less." So he was an Arab guy. So he just turned to the bus driver. He's like, I do not speak English, ya habibi, and you have money, we have money, and then he just walked into the bus, and the bus driver was just like, whatever, man, and drove off.
Forget it.
Hey, they were not 5p. I can tell you that. Anyway,
how can we get away with these things in life?
The bad history, man. The bad history. Yeah, I'm bankrupt. It was our fault, man.
Anyway, when Jane was a student, she used to get on the trains to away matches, and she always used to sneak on and sneak off. That, you know, if she could, because she didn't have the money.
Free. And
when she was
a gangster.
When she was a student, when she was a student back in the day, when she was mad Blackpool, you know, she didn't have the money to go. She used to do all sorts of ways to get there. But
can you explain how, like, we got 250 people listening to us right now talk absolute shit?
Because who wants to talk about football? I mean, you've just beat Newcastle United. You're playing bloody Blackpool. Who's interested? So we can't talk about the game, can we? It's a shoe-in, isn't it? It's a win for Forest. It's a shoe-in, so we got to talk about something. You know,
trying the old reverse psychology crap here with me. Is that your tactic for this one? Am I going to get arrested?
No, don't tell me you figure that one out. Well, fail.
They got nothing better to do.
Because the crypto ride is still trying to find out if Lee likes lenses. You know, I like lenses. I like cameras.
No.
I like big cameras, and I cannot lie.
All right. Let's pretend we're knowledgeable on football for a second, right?
Right, football sucks.
Right. In your epiphany of your dream where you won this FA Cup, obviously that means you would have had to beat Forest. Yeah. So what in your epiphany did you see the scoreline being on Sunday?
Oh, I think it was a scabby win. I'm not going to lie. It was a scabby win. It might have been 2-1, but I think it was deflected in from a corner off one of your defenders. You know, nothing. It was not a great game, but it set us up on the road to Europe. So yeah,
but it was a great scabby dream. I like that word, scabby.
Scabby. Do you not have a scabby win down there? You need to live up north.
Tommy Rhodes didn't score. Or was he cup tied? In your dream, was he cup tied? Because no one seems to know.
He's not cup tied. He's not cup tied. Yeah, don't say scout. Oh gosh, sorry. Is that? That's a mining thing.
It's Leeds fans still trying to use it. All right, Chad, get your score predictions in. So you're seeing a 2-1. You're seeing a 2-1, Lee?
2-1. Scrappy win. Scrappy. We'll go for scrappy then if I can't say that word.
I fancy us to slap you. Big time.
I know.
I was thinking like
5-2 then.
I was thinking like 4-0. I want to beat you by one better than you beat us last season, because we've already beat you 4-1.
Look at Andrew Sharp there. He's £2 and he's got loads to do, and he's still sat here. He's giving you £2 for torture.
He's my sugar daddy. He is my sugar daddy.
Right. Andrew, I wish I had one.
I love you, bro. I've got loads to do, but I'm still here sad. Daddy. Yeah, a lot of people avoiding what they need to do. But anyway, let's get back to my score prediction. Like 4-1, we've already done it. So your 4-1 got cancelled out the year before anyway, so it's fine. I'm thinking 4-5, 6, 7.
God.
At halftime.
Oh, jeez. 14-0.
I don't know how high I want to go, chat, and they're gonna start saying Jinx Serene. Watch this coming up. Let's see the chat scores. In the scoop saying 5-0. Adam saying 2-0. But if it's the youth, then 2-1. 3-1 from Cujo. Carol saying 3-0. Willow's saying 1-0. He's on a your lot as well. Phil saying, I wonder if we can do another 4-1. That's one of your lots. No chance. Vince McMahon style. No chance. Chucker saying,
I'd take a draw. A draw would be all right to get you back at Bloomfield Road, because we're no good away from home, so we need to get you back.
That just shows your lack of football knowledge, Lee. There's no replays.
No, it's penalties. Is it penalties? Oh, it's penalties, isn't it? Because of our
I think it's extra time penalties. They've cut it down.
No, God. So we can't even get you back then, can we?
Ian saying, good evening, everyone. Watching, good to chat as normal. Hope you're all good. Rest of the week.
6-1.
Come on, Darlo. And then we got some more scores. Matthew saying 2-1. Crypto always goes 69-0 because he might actually be finally right. Bradley saying, what is that? 10 million to 0. I have not jinxed it. Now, everyone, even your lot, are predicting Forest wins, mate. This is a done deal. Oh, there is replays. Is there, Si? I don't think there is. Great, Si. Now you made me look like the idiot instead of letting Lee carry on looking like the idiot. Someone confirm.
Can we Google it? I thought there was a, I don't know.
Yeah, someone just quickly Google it so we don't.
I'm trying. Google is your friend. Let me Google it for you, Wolfie. Let me Google it here for you, Wolfie. I'll get it sorted for you.
Replays. I told you there was replays, Lee. What were you talking about? There's no replays. Yeah, that's the League Cup that doesn't have replays. Come on, Lee, man. Get your act together.
See, you know, you had me doubting myself there, but I was hoping we could get you back to Bloomfield Road. So yeah, they do have replays in the FA Cup. So there we are. So we're all right. We're all right.
Can you just show a bit of knowledge here, please? Seriously, mate. Seriously.
So we can get you back home. It'd be great.
I mean, even I knew there was replays up until round 6. Did you know that? Did you know that?
Oh, CJ Hamilton at Mansfield Edge. Mansfield Edge. Did I know it? Of course I knew it.
So do you reckon it could go to a replay? Is there any chance? Now that we know there are replays, and thank you, chat, for confirming. Do you think you've got any hope of getting a draw out of this? George
BFC. He's a YouTube vlogger, George BFC. There, he's a young up and coming YouTuber.
Fuck it, chat. Go subscribe to Georgie Boy as well. Show him some love, especially if we beat him.
I was very upset actually the other day because I found out because our club, you know, are not allowing us to show match footage anymore on our match day vlogs, and I found out that Cambridge United have taken Fusion Josh. Anybody's heard of Fusion Josh? If you watch lots of football YouTube, you will have heard of Fusion Josh. He's got about 69,000 followers, and he was editing for Thogden and all that stuff. And he's actually a Cambridge fan, but now he's actually working for Cambridge United, and he does a monthly update with a sort of a vlog style in his vlog on, you know. So, you know, what's it all about? Our club say that the EFL, you know, are going to close down YouTube channels that show match footage, and you've got Fusion Josh and Thogden with his 1.5 million all showing match footage. And so I think we're being lied to by our club, to be honest.
You can do match footage. We get
they're saying no, we're not allowed to do it
anymore.
You
know what's weird?
They're like the original Fun Police. They are.
Now, Lee, you know what it is? Like, it's what cracks me up is I remember we went into the City Ground with a small camera, just a little teeny one, and they saw it. They're like, no, you can't bring that in because you can't film, and we're like, okay, but every single person in the stadium right now has a camera phone with a camera on them. You can take all 30,000 phones off them. No. All right, so what's the difference? Just go. And it's like you can't. They're just silly.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to a concert now, you know, if you go and see Taylor Swift or whatever, they're actually, rather than saying, you know, you no longer, you've heard of Taylor Swift. I mean,
why was that the first example that came to your mind, man? You could have sounded a little cooler.
She's just on Netflix, for fuck's sake. There's a thing, a Taylor Swift concert just come out on, that's why she's in my mind. Ellen John, then what fucking hell?
Now you've redeemed yourself. You've redeemed yourself.
Somebody you know, a name you know. Don't know Taylor Swift. You must know Taylor. Anyway, so if you go to a concert, they're like, you know, rather than saying, you know, no filming allowed in this, you know, it's now like get your cameras out, you know, film that, you know, film this. You know what I mean?
When she tore in Blackpool.
Hey, we might have her on as opening the illuminations. You never know. We had Will Smith on the other year. Gary Barlow we've had on, you know. Gary Barlow.
Gary Barlow. There used to be lighters up. Now it's phones up, lights on.
Yeah, phones up, get your phones up. Everything's about phones. And of course, it's because everybody's TikTok locking and booty shaking and doing all that sort of stuff. And they're all putting it on Instagram and all that. And that's all free promotion. It's all free promotion. And if, you know, kids are, you know, filming things, it all promotes your, you know, their brand, doesn't it? And makes kids and, you know, the whole
is charged. And by the way, I've just checked with Professor Google, and there were replays up until the 6th round. So you were wrong, Lee.
What now? There's no replays.
No, there is replays.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Professor
2-2 then.
Professor Google said there's replays. So
I did tell you, it was me that said there was. You said there wasn't. So, 1-0 to Blackpool.
You're getting muddled in your age.
1-0 to Blackpool.
In your age. All right, listen. Right.
I said I want to get you back.
Where are you going to be on Sunday? Where are you going to be on Sunday? So they know where to find you. Are you hanging around after you get slapped in the match? Are you going to do any post-match?
I'm on the coach, right? So it's a bit, it's a bit of a problem because coaches, he's nobody listening to a word I'm saying here. I'm on a coach, right? I've told you they go to the pub, they come out the pub because they all get
I'm talking after.
They're all rolling around on the coach. They all start singing after they've been to the pub. The coach is like a morgue on the way. You get to the pub, have a few pints, everybody's leery. They tend to get back on the coach before before 2:00 normally because they need to get the team news to announce the team news on the coach. You know what I mean? So we'll get there probably with about half an hour to go. So I'll try and meet as many people outside as I can. And then obviously it's kind of like straight back on the coach and home. You know what I mean? Because you get a police thing out, don't you, with the coaches?
You're a world-famous YouTuber. I forgot.
No, because you brick the coach in Forest. We all know it's you have to you get bricked and all. It's a nightmare place to go. So of course the police see us out. So you have to kind of get back on the coach pretty quick because they're all waiting to rush home, get back to the pub for more beer. You know what it is? It's all beer. Yeah. So I won't be able to do. Last time we came by car, so we were there. At 12:00, I actually did a bit of filming in the club shop, it was pointed out that I was attracted, to the wrong colours shirts and stuff, but more the away kit than the home kit and that sort of stuff. But it was great. And then I went to the fan zone bit and did a few interviews with a couple of people.
You're not allowed, Ellie. You're not allowed. Well, you're a YouTuber, so I guess that's.
Well, I think we probably park up on the coach at that back, isn't it?
But listen.
Fans are great.
Not only is Chris paid for your bus trip down, he's now paid for half of it back up. So you want to read this one out? It's on your channel.
How do you know it's on my channel?
Because I'm technically savvy.
It just looks the same. Are you sure that's on? What does it say?
It's on your channel. You read it out. At least have the courtesy. Yes, Chris. It's on your screen.
These Premier League fans don't know what they are talking about. Exactly. They don't even. I mean, I must admit, I think Wolfie had lost my phone number because obviously I've gone down so low that he's probably saying if they drop it low, they'll drop off the coupon. They're that low, so he probably just didn't bother me anymore. But obviously now with Forest back, we're back on the channel. We're worthy opponents, so we're back.
Fucking thank you, man. You just can't just read the comment out without saying thank you, man. I know you're not used to this super chat malarkey stuff, but you gotta say thank you as well.
What's the super chat?
You gotta say thank you, Chris. I appreciate you. Yeah,
Chris. Honestly, thank you very much, mate. I mean, I do appreciate that. I'm paying for half my journey there and a drink. I can get a Diet Coke with that, so that's fantastic.
Water. All right.
Get Leon. What's BTD?
Get Leon beat the drop. So, it's good to see you've been watching our channel, yeah? Well, you've been down there not looking up, where we got the bottom half of the league, whoever's in a relegation battle. We got this show, award-nominated winning show, may I add, at the FCA Awards. Yeah. We got all the YouTubers on who are in a relegation fight, and we just basically take the piss. Basically, what you're seeing tonight is what we do on Beat the Drop. But there's 9 of us. So that's what Beat the Drop is. You would be good at it.
That sounds great.
Get a word in edgeways, but you would be good at it.
That sounds really good. Beat the Drop.
Obviously it does, because we do it on the channel.
It's good. I tell you, you've got it going on here. You've got it going on. It's like a dream channel. It's like a dream channel.
It's not the channel. It's these lot in the chat, mate. Honestly. I've said so many times when we do our live streams, we could sit here silently and just read what they're saying in the chat, and it would just be more
funny. It's funny.
It would be more entertaining.
It's a good, it's good banter, and that's what you want. I mean, at the end of the day, I know, we're talking, we're mates with we've talked about all sorts of things, and you know, off air, and you know, before this about cameras and stuff. But you know, it is all about, you know, the people you guys watching these things, and it's really important, you know, that you do join in, and that's what it's all about. And it's all about, you know, family, really. You know, you become family, and they do, don't they? You know, you do get regulars, and they do become part of your kind of, you know, your little YouTube family, and it's great. And I'm glad they support you and come on and listen to this shit that
exactly. It's like Keith said, it's like a bad dream channel. He's absolutely right.
Yeah, he's
so much for the £2 sticker. You absolute legend. Chat, you're all saying you want Lee on Beat the Drop. Are you
saying you hate me somewhere along the line? So you're saying this guy is spamming the channel or something.
Beat the Drop. Yeah. I mean, it'd be better than the other shit we've got.
Who's Jose?
Who's Jose? Where you seen Jose?
Lee would be better than Jose, is it? Jose.
Jace.
Jace.
I can't see the comment. I think it's gone past.
Oh, right. Lee would be better than Jace. I was thinking they meant Jose Mourinho. I used to like that advert on TalkSport when he used to go, "We got to do it's better than them." Taking the piss out of Jose Mourinho. That's better. Lee Howe.
I'll tell you what.
We haven't got any money. Blackpool. We got an owner that's committed to building an East Stand and a training ground, both of which neither of them have started. He's committed to it, but there's no money in the pot for players, really. So anything on a free, and who will accept a bit less money than he's on at Forest, a lot less money than he's on at Forest. What's your wages there? Imagine how much do they get a week there for?
Oh, we vary from 30,000 to 120,000. Basically, the shitter you are, the more you get paid. So Origi is our top earner now with 120,000, and he's played half a game. He's doing all right.
I think our top earner, we don't really know because nothing's ever disclosed, but it would, you know, I'd imagine if 10,000 a week would be like ridiculous for us. We might have some on 10,000, but I wouldn't reckon there's many, but they'll be on a few grand, you know, at Blackpool, but it's not like that, you know.
This is a good question, Lee. How much is this squad worth?
Ooh,
I don't need to get the abacus out.
Where am I shopping on Amazon? If I bought them on Amazon, you put them all on Amazon, I reckon you could pick them all up for probably about 150 quid for the lot. What do you think?
How much?
Yeah, about 150 on Amazon. Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, I think you could get.
Is that during Black Friday or just normal kind of RRP price?
You could probably get a discount on Black Friday. No, honestly, it'd be 100 million for our squad. 100 million. I mean, look how much I talked you all into buying Bowler for last time. You know what I mean? I was here telling you he was worth 20 million. You went and bought him, didn't you?
You said he was worth like 15, 20 million. Oh my God.
Exactly. That's why you bought him. I am convinced that the Forest directors were watching me on these things, talking about Bowler, talking him up, telling how good he was now, better than anything you had. And they came in and bought him, didn't they? And they realized what a mistake.
Lee, you told me last year that Bowler was better than Johnson.
He is.
And I quote you.
You ruined him.
And then after the game, you came on Johnson. He was shit. He came in for 20 minutes. He was shit. Bowler's better than him. Where's Bowler?
He was. And then what happened? You come and bought him and sent him out to freaking Greece. Never played him. He got about £10 on him eating past whatever they eat out there, cheese or whatever. Come back. And then we sacked bloody Appleton and give him Mick McCarthy, who told him he didn't want him to be it. You can't be just attacking, lad. You've got to go back and defend. And that was it. Ruined. Completely ruined. He's now, where's he? Cardiff now or something.
Cardiff, yeah. As Josh said, they asked for Josh Bowler. We gave him E-Bowler.
You ruined him. But you didn't even need him.
We didn't need him. I
tell you, it's because I was on here saying how good he was. I thought, fuck Lee Charles up. I'll bloody sort him out. We'll ruin his life. We'll take him off and we'll put him out in some third world country somewhere and just let him sunbathe for 3 months.
so deep. It's so salty about Bowler. The way we ruined
Don't get me started on Josh Bowler. Jesus Christ. We'll never forgive you. Forest! Never forgive you. Never.
You're like the Huddersfield fans when we took O'Brien from and then shipped him out as well.
Yeah, you bastards to them as well. Yeah, they hate you as well.
They hate us. Then we took
really angry.
Him off to Greece. Then we sacked him 4 weeks later. We just destroyed them. They were lucky to stay up. All right, listen, we've been nattering on for an hour and 15 minutes, and we haven't said a word of intelligence in all that time, right? So
you want to watch my match day vlogs? There's nothing in there about football at all. You know, I tell you what, I watch all these young, these young vloggers, and I'll tell you what, they're like encyclopedias, aren't they? You know, they know all the players of the other team, wingers, who they play for, where they signed from, which academy they were brought up in, what they have for the breakfast. Me, I just the red or the green or the blue, and we're tangerine, and we go forward or we go backwards, and we're either going forward and attacking or we're defending. I haven't got a clue what any of the players are called. I just haven't got a clue.
He doesn't know players.
They're just the opposition, right? I mean, how many? Right? Okay. Question in the comments, right? You go to a football match. When you go to a football match, are you watching the other team or are you watching Nottingham Forest and what you're doing? Where's your focus? Are you thinking, right, we're on the attack, we're going down the wing? Or are you looking at their defender saying, looking at their guy saying, can he hold us? No, you're looking at you, aren't you? You're looking at your winger and you think, oh, for God's sake, how did we? You don't see them as doing a fantastic defense or, I mean, you might see the keeper pull off wonder saves and you can talk about that. But on the whole, it's either Forest going forward or Forest defending. And that's what I watch.
Well, it depends. He
watches the crypto rider watches the fourth official. Yeah, we all watch him, don't we? All the time. Oh, he's having a good game. He's the full fucking official. Jesus, no, we don't.
We're watching. This is true as well,
and that's what I watch.
Why you need to be subscribed. But you know what, Lee? I kind of see what you're saying, but I mean, we know.
Do you know?
No, but what I'm saying is, it was easy for us, right? In the last, especially 12 months under Cooper's low blog. We didn't really have to change our eyesight. You could have tunnel vision because we had 11 men behind the ball and then 11 men trying to break through those 11. So it was quite comfortable. You never got this tennis neck ache where the ball was going back and forth. It's just nice and solid. In fact, you got a little stiffness in the back of your neck from it. Yeah. So I get what you're saying.
But Simon J there saying, look, we see players like Rashford, right? Okay, he's picked out Rashford. We all know Rashford. He plays for England, but who else do you know from Manchester United? Is there anybody else? Have you ever heard of any? They're just red. Aren't they? You'll know Rashford.
Yeah, but do you down
for England?
Down where you are now in Division 1, in the Derby division, right?
Yeah.
Do they afford names on the back of the shirt still, or is it just numbers?
No, they have names. I can't see him from where I am. Can't read
even with all your lenses, even with your Sigma.
Zoom in. But I don't need to know. He's a left winger. He's a right winger. That's they're coming down the left. They're coming down the right. It's a great ball in. I don't know who's put it in. I couldn't tell you. It's just a great ball in.
I agree. You know what? I do. Joking aside, I do agree with you. In the Championship, there are certain crap teams that you'd watch and you're like, I don't care about it. I just Forest get past them, yeah. But when you get in the Premier League, yeah, I'm sure you remembered. You can think that far back to that time. You do know most of the players.
No. In the Premier League, you mean?
Yeah. So it's a lot easier. But I get what you're saying. In the Championship, when you get to like fucking Reading or your boys Preston,
you don't know. You don't know him. You don't
care about that.
So, but I don't obviously, if you come and subscribe, to Lee Charles TV, you're not going to get this. I'm not like, I don't do like, my preview isn't about, who they've got, all the dangers, where they signed him from, how much they signed him from, how much he's on a week, how long he's been playing for, how long he's been injured. I mean, you watch Cod's vlogs. I don't know if you ever watched Cod's vlogs. He's like a young YouTuber called Ben from Fleetwood. Honestly, he's like an Encyclopedia Britannica of every, he just knows everything about every team because his life is like football. In fact, you have a guy, a Forest lad, Luke, what's he called? Luke, he used to do like 29,000 videos a day about with like all these different vloggers, but he was another one. He just knows, like, his knowledge of football is like beyond. You know, it's like that's all he's done. He's gone to school, he's gone to university, and he's he's on Mastermind. It's it's like Mastermind. What's your subject? It is football. Every player in the world, I know it all. Whatever you give me, I'm gonna know the answers. Put me. I'm not. Honestly,
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest.
I don't know anything.
Normally I do, and there will be a match preview video tomorrow. Like before the match weekend, I do
talk about the quality of.
Huh?
Lee talks about the quality of away team sandwiches. It's true. We're doing a pie review. Why not? If you go into a football match, you want to know what a pie's like, don't you, Ground? You want to know, is it worth getting? Is it, is it?
You know how bad it gets. I've seen in one of your vlogs where you're like, "Ooh, Jane, what chocolate bar have you got there? Ooh, it's a Kit Kat."
Well, no, we have Lucky Arrows. We had Lucky Orange Arrows. She went on a bloody Slimming World diet last year and she couldn't have a Lucky Orange Arrows. That's why we went down. Yeah, that's why we were relegated from, because we didn't have a bloody Lucky Orange Arrow with her.
You got so many. It's like
people still blame her now. They do. The message. It's all her fault.
9 or whatever it is. Yes, I went through here last time and we scored a goal, so I'll go through here again. All this freaking mumbo jumbo. But anyway, right.
You get pure utter bollocks from me, really. I just talk garbage half the time. But no, I talk about, you get. I mean, there's a class this week on the game. We get a free kick, and I'm just talking to the camera, and I'm going, "We never score from Blackpool. Never ever score from a free kick. I don't even get excited anymore about a free kick. In fact, I think teams just foul us on the box because they know we're not going to score. And I'm not talking to the camera. I've got the camera. We're talking. I'm just saying, oh, it's a free kick. We're not going to score. We won't score. We never do anything. And I kind of go, oh, hang on a minute. Oh, we bloody scorer. I'm talking.
I'm worried about now, Lee, because I mentioned a chocolate bar. Now, automatically, what my chat do is they start to name chocolate bars, and as you can see, right on cue, we got Curly Whirlies coming in, Lion bars coming in, and now that I've mentioned that they're mentioning it, right, they're gonna start mentioning it more, right? So, what do you say?
Prawn Collymore, there is it? Prawn Collymore.
I do like a Lion bar. I haven't had a Lion bar.
Yeah, but it's got to be. It was an orange arrow because it was Lucky Orange Arrow. Because of
I hate orange chocolate.
Yeah, but we're tangerine. We're a blend of orange, aren't we? So obviously it was a Lucky Orange Arrow.
Oranges.
After eights, we don't mind after eights at Christmas. They're great, aren't they? Maltesers.
Oh, look at them; they're all coming in now. Honestly, this is where we start.
I'm in the right place here, really. I'm in the right place. This is the kind of. This is a stream just talking about chocolate. That's great.
Honestly,
double deckers.
I like my missus loves
chocolate orange. Yeah, tap it, and wrap it.
All right, okay, fuck it. We're talking about chocolate. We're talking about chocolate. What's your favorite chocolate bar?
Somebody's got. I'll tell you what. If aliens came down from some other planet and they like tuned into the internet and they came on this stream, they'd be like,
"They'd go back."
What the fuck is this? Curly Whirly. Oh yeah, what used to be Curly Whirly used to be like great teeth, didn't they? They were like really hard, like toffee, and then they kind of went like a fudgy kind of toffee.
10p in the school tuck shop. Yeah,
I like white chocolate actually.
Yeah, but Si's right. I thought you hate being called orange tangerine.
No, well, if it was called a tangerine arrow, we'd have a tangerine arrow. Well, they don't brand it tangerine arrow. It's just an orange arrow, is it? But it's the right kind of colour. It's not. We're not Celtic, so a green one would be no good. So an orange one is near enough to be lucky.
Oh my god, I can't keep up with these chocolate bars, man. Mark, me and you've all seen that. Boost is the best chocolate bar. Boost is the best chocolate. What's your favorite chocolate then? Go on, answer that.
Cream egg. I like mini eggs actually, yeah. But mini eggs used to be great. They used to be a lot thicker. They used to be a lot thicker. You could suck them for a lot longer. They used to last a lot longer. You could put mini egg in, and it would take ages before it got to chocolate when I was a kid. But like, it's really it's like a thin coating now. It doesn't last very long. I used to have a game with Sebi actually when I used to pick him up from training when he was like 8 or 9 years old, and we used to get mini eggs, and we used to see who could suck it the longest before it completely. He always used to win.
Wait, sorry, I was reading the chat and I tuned back in and I just heard you say something about we see who could suck it the longest, and then I'm worried. What did I miss just before that? Seriously, man, what have you said now?
Mini eggs. You know, Cadbury's mini eggs. Mini eggs. You can, you know, there used to be a thicker coating to them. They're not quite so thick now, so they don't last as long. If you were doing that competition with Seb, you'd soon be down into the chocolate, and then it all just disappears, you know. But he could even keep the little bit of chocolate, you know, on his tongue to the. I always ended up crunching them as well. Have you ever tried to like suck a mini egg and it just?
I can't say I have it. I can't
say finish it.
I can't say I have.
Try mini eggs or the camera tripod. All right, I tell you what. Oh no, I won't go on about it. But I bought a new tripod from a company.
Oh God.
I did, because my other one wasn't strong enough to do my video work with, and it was from Small Rig, and I had it in here. I knocked it over, and it landed on the laminate floor, and it broke the little thing, and I had to do it with like
the knob.
Yeah, I couldn't see the finger thing, so I had to get me like pliers out, tiny. It was a nightmare. So I wrote to them and I just said, you know, I've broken this little piece, sent them a picture of it and said, you know, could I buy one? And they messaged me back and they said, that's all right, we'll send one out to you. What's your address? So I'll give them my address. And lo and behold, I got a delivery from Amazon. I got a brand new tripod, a whole new tripod. A brand new one, the whole thing. So small rig. So if you are a YouTuber out there and you need a tripod, it's important to have one. You know, especially if you film yourself all the time, don't you? You've got to have a tripod. So, small rig, definitely. You know, buy one of them, because I mean that to me is as good as Apple service. You know, the fact they sent me out a brand new tripod, didn't charge me anything, brand new one, 70 quid. You know, happy days. So there you go. So.
You know, all I heard from that story was go to that company, blag them that the tripod's broken, and you'll get another one for free.
I sent them a picture of it. I did break it. It was my fault. I just said to them, look, I'll pay. I offered to pay. I didn't ask them for a new tripod. I just said,
you might as well send me that picture, and then I'll go buy one and then use that picture again and be like, there it is. Not that I would endorse doing that. All right.
I tell you, Crypto Rider's got me. I tell you, he has got me down to Tiani. Just look at that. I've gone from talking about sucking something off to filming myself all the time. So, you know, bloody, we film ourselves every day, pal. It's a nightmare, isn't it? Being on YouTube all the time. We're on camera all the time. Pressures of it.
Yeah.
Oh God, save him, Jane, says Chris.
I love this. Chris Wood is a tripod. All right, that's it. We are done. Right, we are like half an hour. I hope you guys now know everything you want to know about Forest, Blackpool, replays, and lenses. What a stream!
Yeah, I tell you, this will go down as if this ever gets you know, picked up by one of these big you know competitions, you know, to win the national awards. If they see this stream, this it's like a panorama documentary, isn't it? Just it's incredible. The information, the stuff that you've gleaned about Blackpool and how good a team we are and how good Forest and how the result's going to go. This will go down in history as one of the greatest streams of all time. And do you think
the way we got analytically? It's the way we kind of, you know, lifted the bonnet up, started talking about tactics, started talking about, you know, what we're gonna see. And I think that's what's gonna, you know, sell it to the FCA. Football Content Awards. If you're watching, this is the stream. We expect.
Have we got anybody left in the chat, by the way, or is it just you and me? How many? Is there?
It says more about them than us, I think.
Yeah, you know. Listen, you guys out there watching this, you know quality when you see it. I don't know what you were doing tonight, what you had planned. You know, your dinner's probably in the in the dog. So thanks a lot for watching. Thanks. I'm glad you
know what I've learned. You know what I've learned, Lee, right?
Go on.
The crazier the stream gets, the more off the rails it goes, the more they seem to love it. It's like
Listen, these people who are watching this are our kind of people. You are my kind of people. So subscribe to the channel, because if you can listen to me waffling on about shit for an hour and a half, you'll be prime for Lee Charles.
Or they have no lives. Or they topic. But now I want chocolate, right? Look, I have one request for all my lot. Make sure you go and subscribe to Lee. Yeah,
topics.
Title just below here.
Topics. They have not.
Shut up! I'm plugging you. Shut up a second.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to subscribe to me.
It's just below. All you got to do is click it, subscribe to the legend that is Lee, and then go give him some abuse when he's crying on his post-match stream. Lee, it's been amazing. Let's seriously wrap it up there, right? Thank you all for watching. Make sure you've hit that like button.
Only fans, yeah.
Yeah, only fans. We're getting into the. That's when you know.
We're going down the glory holes route.
We'll see you on tomorrow's video. If YouTube haven't shut us both down by then.
God.
Come on, you Reds.
Cheers, well. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with us for God knows how long talking. It's been a blast. See you later.